Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Fred's Friday Fix It Hour. As usual, my co-host, Cash Carman.
Hi, everybody.
We had a lot of questions about underground sprinklers, specifically on replacing broken heads. Every year we should be checking these and periodically throughout the season to make sure they're just performing correctly. A lot of times we'll show up with like dry spots in the grass, things like that. I think we had an episode on the Tuesday tips on dry spots and checking your irrigation heads.
I did see that on the Cooley Hardware Facebook page. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so we thought we'd just kind of follow up with that. We had a few questions on actual like replacing the heads themselves. Mowers are pretty bad on it. Also, you guys, the grass and the duff, that just comes up slowly over the years. So eventually you're going to get to the point where that head is either, buried down or actually gets end up pushing back up with the grass.
And like this is all underground, but the tip right here is real sensitive, right? It's really, you don't want to nick the tip. It'd really be not good, huh?
Yeah, and if the tip is protruding up above the grass, there's really a good chance that
it's going to get hit. Yeah.
What can happen through the years is that the sprinklers can actually come up with the sod line and they end up getting pushed up above the grass. Makes them a lot more susceptible to getting damaged. Lawnmowers are pretty bad on them. Real easy to notice when you do it. I mean, you're going to turn on that sprinkler system going to go on.
You're going to hit the tip. You're going to feel it.
And yeah. You're going to more notice it probably.
On your bill.
You notice it on your bill. Yes, yeah, for sure. You're going to notice that on your bill. But anyway, it's going to be real obvious when that station comes on because you're literally just going to have a small waterwork feature out in the middle of your yard. A lot of times what will happen, you guys, when we are a fixed PVC line, and a lot of times now we're actually just trying to use rolled poly. It's a lot more forgiving. The drip system stuff that we use when we're going from the manifold to the sprinkler head can sustain a freeze. Comes back to its normal shape and doesn't have any issues like that.
So much easier to work with.
And it's light material, very easy to crack. The HD 100, that 100 psi. Normally we're using that from the water source to the manifold itself because that's pressurized all the time. The drip line you do not want to have under constant pressure. But anyway, if we are using like the older school PVC style irrigation lines, a lot of times when you hit that sprinkler head, you break the line underneath it. You're going to actually break the PVC, either the nipple itself that goes into the female adapter. I know you like both of those words, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
anyway, he just gets me.
It's gonna snap one of those. Easy enough, you guys. If that happens, they make a tool for specifically removing broken PVC fittings, and it's really simple. Just a broken pipe extractor. It has two sizes. One that'll go up to 1/2 inch. The other one will go all the way to the 3/4.
Gotta make sure you use the right size. You're gonna have a nip slip.
And you want to make sure
our viewers know they saw the video.
You want to make sure you use the right size of these tips. But regardless, all we're going to do if this is a 3/4 line with a 3/4 tip on is a T handle, and literally just going to wrap the top of the handle and then turn it counterclockwise. It actually bites into the PVC pipe. It's going to remove the fitting for you that's broken. You got to have a clean start. Best solution for that, if you're already in this process, we dug the hole out around the head. If you make a clean cut underneath the sod, you can have a nice plug to fill back in, so you're not going to notice that you've actually been in there. Swing arm, you can put these on instead, and that way if anything does happen where you hit that head again in the future, it has a flex to it. It's not going to break the line itself, and the ability that as that sod line grows, you can actually dig down a little bit, pull that head further up, or put it farther back down inside the soil. So a little bit better way to do it. And if you're doing a repair, good idea is just kind of go to this system right when you're making that repair at that time. Other things that we can have happen when we break that fitting is the line itself is going to break, and there are some really simple solutions for repairing inline breaks. Normally, if it's not having the ability to pull that line from one direction or another, Cash, because it's buried, it is difficult to pull buried line.
It's tough for me. I don't bury my line that much, so it's I'm not familiar with it.
I'm actually sure you don't, to be honest with you. But I've no doubt about that. But for the people that do have buried lines or bury them often, if it breaks, you guys, we don't have the ability to pull that line back together. So you can't just use a standard glue coupling. They make flex repairs, which you can actually manipulate, push onto one side and another to repair. There's also Dressler couplings, which can only be used on buried lines. And then expansion couplings work really well also. This is still a glue fitting that you can put on your PVC pipe, but it actually has an O-ring seal on the inside, and this expands. I know. Yeah. And it's hard not to do that more than a couple of times, actually, when you get that in your hand. If you can resist doing that, you're a better man than I am. So anyway, though, good, quick, easy way to repair. And like I said, either buried line, you're either going to make a big L with this product or a big U. Attach, come back out all the way back over, back in, and back into the other side again, or you're going to use some type of product you can slip on and over, or a flexible repair. Pretty easy, right?
Pretty simple. Sounds like
most of the stuff, you guys, it's irrigation. There's not a lot of parts to it. The thing is that when you're looking at your heads, Hunter and Rainbirds are the two most common type heads. There's different tools to pull the head and actually do the nozzle replacement on them.
You just got to make sure you're in the right hole when you're
One of
doing
these-
that to get the right thing, right? That's what I've been
Well,
told.
part of this tool is just to lift the actual sprinkler up out of the housing itself. And there's 3 holes on these, and you want to make sure that we get it into the appropriate hole. We want the right hole. So one of these is made for just relieving the sprinkler out of the housing. And at that point, when it's up, you can just hold on to it. You need a nice firm grip, Cashy.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I know how firm your grip is. That's
And it's anyway, got a
nice grip.
nice firm grip, keeps this up in the air. You guys, every one of these types of sprinklers is going to come with a nozzle tree. And the nozzle tree has got different gallonage per minute. You can go all the way down to like 1.5 all the way up to 3. There's also low profile nozzles on here, which is just going to keep the trajectory of the water down. Sometimes we're trying to spray under trees or things like that. If you have noticed that wind's affecting where the sprinkler's going, you can increase that gallonage on the nozzle. And only thing you got to make sure of is that we only have so much water available for each head, so we don't want to put too much water going out of one head, or it could actually affect how the rest of them operate and come up. Other than that, Rainbird Hunter, the only difference is that you've got a one-sided tool with the Rainbird. Same thing. This T portion of the handle is designed to go in and just pull the head up. Other part is going to be actually for removing the nozzle.
You got the right hole there?
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you hit the right hole, everything works pretty good. So super basic. And this is something that quick, easy little couple-hour project there, tops. Keep an eye on this stuff. Check your system periodically. A lot of us like to set it super early in the morning or late in the evening when we're not even awake. You want to be available every once in a while, or even just do a test run. Most of your timers are available. You can just hit a test run for 1 minute. So you can have the heads all pop up.
You definitely will
sequence.
notice if it's going off, though. You'll notice when something's wrong with your head. You will.
You can hit that test program and actually just set it for a couple of minutes, and it will fire each station. You do the test run on your timer, and you can normally just set that for 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to run every one of your stations in concession, and not like where you go to get the hot dogs that do.
No.
I really hope this helped. I'm not sure if it did, but anyway,
Didn't help my self-esteem.
it didn't help mine at all either. Yeah, feeling a little more degraded every week. So hey, what we're gonna do, you guys, we've got our guests coming back, start next week. We are gonna bring in our junior carpenters, and our first set, I think, this next week is gonna be, is it
Dylan and Chase from T&G Construction.
Tug and Glove?
Yeah, no, Tug and Glug.
Tug and Glug.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was Tug and Glove.
Yeah.
That actually sounds completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
So Tug and Glug?
Yeah, that's what I get. I don't know.
Are
Never
you
asked.
I'm not really sure that's what it stands for, but we're going to go ahead and go with Dylan and Chase from T&G Construction are going to come, and they've got a couple of questions because they're young carpenters and they are just new in the gig. And I'm pretty sure that with our help that we can hopefully get these guys lined out. They had a couple of pretty basic questions, and I think was it properly installing caulk? What was that?
Oh no, they're good with the caulk. They can handle that all day.
They can handle that.
all day.
Not-
Big
not-
ones, little
not
ones.
anything
They're
about laying a bead. No, I'm caulking.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that they had some questions. Either way, we're going to find out what
Yeah.
they are next week. And we will also have Patty back. Obviously, you've probably missed her as much as we have. I hope this helped. We'll plan on seeing you next week, and we'll look forward to having guests once again coming out on the show. Cash, you got anything to add for
Heck
this
no,
episode?
I learned. We learned a lot. I'm going to go and put it in a sprinkler system, Fred.
We really didn't learn about a sprinkler system, but we learned how to replace it.
Yeah, I got the general concept of it, though. It's fine.
Well, yeah, because it's like one part of it, and
Yeah.
it's not like
Just
you need
make
to
sure
worry
the
about-
head's there and don't nick the head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't need to actually worry about water supply and manifold.
Water
stations,
comes out of those.
and, yeah, lines. And,
Is that it's for water?
proper
Okay, all right,
spacing on the
cool,
heads?
cool.
How many gallons per minute we're using actually for the system? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you
no.
don't really need to worry about
I
any of
got
that.
it.
If
Yeah,
you
I
know how
got
to
it.
replace the head, you can install a sprinkler
I
system.
got it. Yep, I got it.
I know you can. That's a lot of confidence for a guy that really doesn't do a lot of anything.
Yep.
So anyway, you guys, once again, thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week. And until then, please keep your socks on.
Bye, everybody.